So it's March, and I'm looking at the clips that I took from my trip to the Dominican Republic, and I realized that I didn't give a lot of context to a lot of these clips. So I'm here to give context. First thing you need to know is that this trip was for my friend Amy's 40th birthday. So it was myself, Amy, Melissa, and then Amy's friend Mackenzie. The four of us got an Airbnb. It was maybe one of my favorite Airbnbs I've stayed in, purely because of the location and nothing else. The first thing you need to know is that there was a snowstorm right before we left, so that was very satisfying to get to leave all of the snow behind and know that I was going to the sun. Took an Uber to the Airbnb. Everyone else had a different flight to me because I was flying Sun Country, trying to get that deal. So made it to the Airbnb, and then we walked over right by, so our Airbnb was here and right next to it was the Jellyfish restaurant. So we went there for dinner because it was convenient. Turns out that was like the nicest place we ended up going to eat. They were known for their seafood, so I got a tuna dish and it was pretty good. After dinner, we went back to the Airbnb and immediately went to bed because I think we were all tired from having a long travel day. Typically, when I go on a trip, I am the person that wakes up the earliest, and I don't know what that is about my body, but I think internally my body is like, we're somewhere new. Let's go look around. Let's see what's up. Let's experience this new place. That's my theory. That happened again on this trip. I was always the first person up. So that very first morning, I was like, okay, I think I have enough time to grab this granola bar and eat it while I walk to the beach to catch the sunrise. Nope, it was 5 a.m. and pitch black outside. I just tried to go back to sleep for a few hours, and then Melissa and I went to watch the sunrise. So it was wonderful. Our Airbnb is so close to the beach, so we just walked outside and sat and enjoyed the sunshine and the sunrise. So obviously we're in the Dominican Republic for Amy's birthday, and Melissa ended up packing a bunch of decorations to put around the Airbnb. So we tried to we succeeded. We put decorations around the Airbnb. Are we the most creative, artistic, cute event planners? No. But did we hang a bunch of stuff to celebrate Amy? Yes, we did. We put so much thought into putting all of these decorations up, and we put something right in front of her bedroom door so that as soon as she opened it, she would see the little tiara and the necklace that we had for her. And then she woke up and used the other door. So her bedroom was like the primary bedroom, and it had its own door to the balcony or patio area. So when she woke up, she used that door instead. So we made her go back inside and use her bedroom door to get the full effect, to really experience it all. After everyone was up and got ready for the day, we went to a supermercado and walked around and got groceries. At the time that we went to the supermercado, we were only gonna be there for 2.5 days, and we got food for a full week. Completely full shopping cart. I don't know what happened. And it was finally time to actually relax and chill because we had done our one chore that we needed to do that day. We started getting into a routine where we would spend the morning at the beach, and then we would spend the afternoon at the pool, and then we would go out to eat for dinner. So we wanted to get Italian because I looked up this restaurant, and apparently it's homemade Italian food for Dominican Republic prices, but they were closed for a private party that night, so we ended up going to the Mexican restaurant next door. It was really good food, so it didn't really make that much of a difference, and we made reservations for the next day. And then we just ended the night reading on our patio together, which I love so much. I love a reading party, but a reading party abroad, unmatched. The third day, I woke up by myself. I did try to take a time lapse. It turns out, it kind of looks like it's stop motion. But you know what? I'm gonna insert it here. I also took a clip of the actual like beach at normal speed, so I'm gonna include that here, and if you want to skip that, feel free. I'm only including it for myself to be able to look back on and put myself in that place on that morning watching the sunrise by the ocean. So if you're not into that, just skip ahead. A little bit about the culture when you're at places like this, like when you're at an Airbnb or a resort, is you have to put towels down if you want to save your seat during the day or in the morning. So thankfully, because I was an early riser, I would go put our towels out on the chairs. So we had them by the beach, but there were always chairs by the pool for some reason. People were not at the pool very often. And this morning I got to have breakfast on the beach. I really forgot about this. So obviously when I travel to a new country, or a country that speaks a different language, I should clarify, I do try to learn at least a few phrases, but I'm gonna insert a clip that I took. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like watching it is so embarrassing for me, but I will insert it for your amusement.
A la derecha.
Derecha.
Izquierda. Sí.
I'm trying so hard, but you know what? A lot of the Uber drivers kind of reciprocated the energy. You know, they tried to meet me where I'm at. So we took the Uber into town for dinner, but we had a few hours before dinner. If you've traveled with me, especially if you've traveled to a new country with me, I like to try to get a ring when I travel to a new country, especially. So I did make everyone go to a jewelry shop, and a ring did I get. Does that make sense? Anyway, I got a ring, and then we just spent the next hour or so before our reservation walking around, checking out different shops. Oh, I forgot about Okay, so we checked out a few different shops, and there were magnets at all the different touristy shops, and they were kind of expensive. So Amy was like, I'm just gonna hold off. So we ended up going to a like convenience store, kind of grocery store. I got this vanilla extract for a friend, so I was waiting outside, and I wanted to take a clip of the traffic because the traffic is wild. Like there's no way I could rent a car and try to drive around in this city because I would be terrified. I would probably pass out, honestly, from the adrenaline and the stress and the anxiety, because people kind of follow the rules, but mostly they don't, and everybody knows how close they can drive by somebody, like by the inches. Like somebody will be like, I'm gonna pull out into the street. Oh wait, there's a car coming, and the car will be like just barely grazing them. Like razor thin edge there. Anyway, so I was filming a clip of just the traffic, and then Amy came out and was talking about the magnets that she got, and she was talking about the deal that she got in the grocery store market, and I'm just gonna include that clip in here because it was really getting me watching it, and hopefully it gets you too.
Sorry, I got sidetracked by the magnets, which were way cheaper than what we paid.
Oh, really? Did you get one?
I got one. You want to see it?
Yes,
How much
I
were
do.
they? Like 30 cents.
30 cents. Oh, cute.
That's because that was like a boutique. Yeah. 250 pesos. Happy to support. Maybe 40 cents. Maybe 40 cents.
No, 250 pesos. That's like a few dollars.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, a few. No. It's like 62 pesos is a dollar.
Yeah, so that's a few dollars.
Because how much was it? 250. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not 30 cents. $3. They were maybe more expensive.
There you go. There it
I like
is.
this one.
No, because I paid $3.
Did you get all of that on video?
For mine.
The whole
I'm just trying to
conversation?
film the traffic and the
Yeah.
vibes.
Okay. Well, you can use the audio.
Amy,
if you
this
want.
is 40 cents.
$4.
After Amy got her really cheap magnet, we went to the Italian restaurant that I found. I got a passion fruit margarita, or chinola wait, no. They say margarita chinola. I've noticed that like in English we go from like super specific to the broad thing, like passion fruit margarita, but in Spanish they go broad to more specific. So margarita chinola. And then I got cacio e pepe, and it was so good. I still think about that multiple times a week. I think about that dish so often that I tried to look up how to make it because I can still taste it. It's possible that this is just standard cacio e pepe, and like if you were to go to Italy, you'd find this on every street corner. I don't know, but I still think about that meal. Oh, and then while we were at the restaurant, it started to downpour rain. Thankfully, it was our last night, but it was like pouring rain. We were supposed to go to this local ice cream shop. I was a person that wanted to go, but I was like, I don't want to go in the rain. We'd have to walk around this like downtown area in the pouring rain. So we ended up just going back to the Airbnb and sitting on the patio with the rain falling. It was actually really cozy. I'm gonna insert a clip because it was so cozy. So we ended up just chatting on the patio, enjoying our last night together. Then we had the morning. We still had like half a day in the morning, so you bet I went down to that beach to have breakfast and watch the sunset. Watch a sunrise, I mean. And then we had to leave, so packed up and we went to this restaurant for breakfast that was kind of by the airport, and I got some arepas. They were pretty good. I picked this restaurant specifically for this area, which is like a shopping square. I just wanted to check out a few other stores before we left. So we were walking around this city center and I realized,
It looks like everything's closed. Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it?
most stores abroad are closed on Sundays. But we found a little table in the courtyard area. So we sat there for like half an hour before Amy, Mackenzie, and Melissa had to take their flight. I just literally sat around for another 20 minutes and then took an Uber to the airport. One thing I liked about this airport is that it's very like indoor outdoor. So there's lots of windows, wide open windows, and like to board this plane, we were just standing outside waiting to board the plane. And this is the only clip I got of the actual flight itself because I get nervous to film by myself. I did make it home. I'm here. It was such a good trip. It was short, but I feel like it was just enough to get me through the winter. April does mean something special, so keep your eyes peeled. Kind of a gross expression. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.